So in continuation of the previous video lecture, so this enables us to increase the reusability of the code. That is, we are reusing the code written in the parent class in our child class as many times as we want. Also, the second property, like it saves time and effort. So because of the reusability, it definitely saves programmers time and effort required to generate a program. Also, it is more reliable because if we are reusing the code, it means that we have already defined and tested the code of the base class, and then we are redefining or kind of inheriting those same variables and functions in our child classes. So we are not actually duplicating, we are avoiding the redundancy, and hence this will improve the overall program structure. Now there are basically 5 types of inheritance: single inheritance, multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. Let us look an example. So in single inheritance, we have got only one parent class and one child class. So the syntax of the same will be like this. First of all, let us say class A is our base class. So we will define the class A normally. So class A, bracket open, whatever variables and functions we want to write inside the brackets. In the last, close the bracket and semicolon. This ends our base class. Now we want to inherit this base class into our child class. So let us consider class B is our child class. So syntax for that will be class B, colon, and then access specifier. That is, it can be publicly inherited, it can be privately inherited, or it can be protectedly inherited. So access specifier, after the colon we have to write access specifier, that is either public, private, or protected, then space, and then the base class name. So here our base class is class A. Now let us look one program for the same. So here it is an example of single inheritance. So our base class name is base, so class base. Then inside the base class we have simply defined one function which is in the public section. Return type of that function is void. Function name is showBase, and inside it we have simply written one cout statement to output the sentence base class on the screen. That's it. Now in the derived class we want to derive this base class. So the syntax is as above. First of all we write class, then the derived class name. The derived class name is derived, DERIVE. After that colon, then the access specifier. So we want to inherit the base class publicly. So we are inheriting, we have specified the access specifier as public, then space, and then the parent class name. So we are deriving or inheriting the base class. So the name of the class is mentioned here, base. Now inside the derived class, we have written again one function, show derive, and in that we have simply written cout derive class. So that will be outputted on the screen. That's it. So this completes our inheritance process. Now as we have inherited the base class in our derived class, it simply means that the variables or functions written in the base class will be inherited in the derived class also. So now the derived class will contain two functions. One function is that of the derived class itself, that is void show derive. This is inside the derived class itself. This is a derived class function. Now the base class function, that is void show base, this also has been inherited in our derived class now. So now we have got two functions in our derived class. One is show base and another is show derive. So now if we make the object of derived class, then we can access both of these functions together with the help of the derived class object. Now let us look at the main. So in main we have defined one object A of type derive. So derive space A. Now this A is a object of a derived class. Now as I have already told you that both the functions are present in the derived class itself after inheritance. So we can access both these functions using the object of the derived class itself. So a.showBase, which is the base class function which has been inherited in the derived class, can be accessed by this variable A which is the object of derived class. So a.showBase will simply execute the showBase function, which will output base class on the screen. After that, we have accessed the showDerive function, a.showDerive, and it will output the simply derived class on the screen. Thank you.